No, right, you poop nobblers. Okay, I don't know why I said that. I saw online again. Like you mentioned this, Jacob, earlier today. Like, have you heard about this, Anthony? Apparently, there are vegans. No offense to vegans. Some offense, actually, after hearing this. Apparently, there are vegans who are. I don't know if this is true because Jacob could be a good source of some information sometimes about vegans trying to change the genetic makeup of predators so they don't eat prey anymore. They're trying to turn predators, naturally born killers, into vegetarians or vegans. Tell me.
How? Okay, one, how are they going to do that though? And one, where are they going to get the money source or a support knowledge to do so?
That's like basically saying that sounds like something against God's will.
Yeah,
like it just shows how fucking far people are falling. They're making up bullshit and other god awful. Whatever the fuck, for any fucking cause, in the most, it just shows how far we've fallen. I mean, I'm really happy with what we have, what kind of technology we have with our phones, you finally got one, our phones, our laptops, but at the same time, it just shows how fucking really separate and truly kind of dangerous it's become because the whole anonymity behind being a phone, because you can make up the biggest bullshit for anything now. It's really just kind of, it just shows like the whole, what's it called? Those things in college, those safe zones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
God, they're so fucking stupid.
So instead of clapping your hand, snap, because because apparently clapping your hands
don't raise your hands, because people can also get offended.
Don't tip your hat. Don't tip your hat to them. Don't tip your hat to them.
Don't open the door for them because they want to be independent people.
Don't call them black. Call them people of color.
Oh god.
Yeah. Don't refer to me as an Asian plus white plus black mix. I prefer to be called a POC, a person of color.
Yeah. Don't call me a Russian white American Jew. I prefer to be called ethnically different.
I just prefer to call you cisgenders.
Oh my god, yeah, it just.
Anywho,
that's fucking ridiculous.
So our topic for today.
No, we're not supposed
to. Is
the decline of public civilization.
That includes extremists and
feminazis.
Feminazis are also extremists, and
of all
people
types.
that really want their safe space.
Who are overly butthurt.
And not just butthurt. We're talking about our generation in general, how far we've fallen, how people in our generation, I think specifically in the West, I don't know about this is true or not, how people are becoming less social and are relying more on their phones and laptops to make friends who they will most likely never meet.
Bring over a drink and he fucking drinks it like he drinks crack cocaine. I'm done with this shit.
Shut up.
Anywho.
But it is true. Like, I remember talking with my mom. I remember talking with my mom about how our generation.
Some help, sir.
Thanks. Our generation is like a very disfranchised, very disconnected, like, generation, because we have YouTube, all this phone, Facebook, all these other social medias and everything like that. Yet I'm seeing people our age not knowing how to talk to people, not knowing how to look for jobs, which are quite easy actually if you try.
Yeah,
just having this fear of rejection and failure, because this society has babied us to the point where you will always, don't worry, everything will be okay. You'll pass regardless. Everything will be fine. But when you get to the real world, you'll realize you are royally fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
We call this type of people, I believe they're called like star children or like special snowflakes. Those are the things.
Special snowflakes?
Yeah.
That just sounds so demeaning.
Yeah.
It's okay, honey. You're just a special snowflake out in the big blue world.
Yeah, this is why I like Fortnite.
Also,
sad fucking world.
one of the things I want to show that relates to this. This UCLA professor was called racist for the horrible things he did to a black student. You want to know what the horrible things he did to a black student?
What?
According to this, the UCLA professor was called racist and guilty of microaggression against black students for correcting grammar and spelling issues on their papers.
Wait, what?
That's called doing your
protest?
fucking job.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm not done. A protest was organized, and students claimed the professor has created a hostile climate on campus for his actions.
What kind of
A hostile climate for doing your... That is just...
Where's that from? Like,
where is that? Where is that? Well, here's the thing. I don't mean to be rude to the West, but that's what I hear most of this stuff comes from.
Yeah,
I hear some shit across here on the East, but most of this shit... Where is this? Where is this place? What is this college?
UCLA.
UCLA.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, right.
That is a completely liberal college to the most disgusting degree.
Yeah.
Not to absurd, disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fact that it shows and demeans fucking anybody and everybody.
Yeah.
It really just kind of like show how far we've fallen. Like, my God, I remember thinking to myself, I could get a job easily. Not in terms of boosting my ego, because I have that ability.
Yeah.
I have that ability. Jacob has that ability. You, Anthony, probably have that ability as well.
Yeah,
but some people just are too afraid to even try.
Yeah.
It just shows how
it's
really
going to breach
pathetic.
their safe space, and it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, like these safe zones, it's just like I don't want to hear these offensive words. Motherfucker, you're going to hear some offensive shit once you get out into the real world.
Yeah,
this world will not hold back. I learned that the hard way, and I'm still learning the hard way.
Once you get out of your quote-unquote college is supposed to be a home for memories and feelings, and you actually go into the real world, I don't care. People are going to say some shit, people are going to do some shit that is going to violate your safe space, and if you bring up to your boss that you want a safe space, he or she is probably going to be like, oh my God, you're one of the special snowflakes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're fired,
yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Before I say that you're fired in a Donald Trump manner, I got to say this. Here, wear a bib, have a freaking like baby napkin. Here's a lollipop. Here's a man diaper. Yeah. I want to take a picture of you and put it on the wall of other people that have required a fucking safe space at this company.
And here's the thing, there's actually jobs that are the complete opposite. I remember at my previous job, which I will not mention, I remember saying comrade quite a lot. Hey, comrade. Yeah. And the bosses were like, Nathan, please, we need you to tone down on it because it might be offensive. I'm like, what the fuck is offensive about that? Yeah. I'm calling people my equals at my job. I'm not saying that as in Russia. I'm doing this as a joke. If you can't... I know! Yeah, some people might find it offensive. Like, no! You just think somebody finds it offensive. My
last job, I called people Shield Buddy. Yeah. They were wondering, what the fuck's a Shield Buddy? And I was like, Skyrim Norse Viking.
Word!
And then they're just like... Awesome. That sounds awesome. And then after that day, they were just like, Hoorah! Yeah. And like, that's literally our fucking greeting.
I know, and people at my job said to me, hey, there's the comrade. Everybody addressed me as comrade. It made me have a distinct identity that I was proud of. But the fact that people went out of their way to say that might be offensive, I'm like, looking at them, thinking to myself,
how is that offensive?
Like, please.
That's like you calling him pal, and I'm just like, hey, I find that offensive.
You're supposed to call me buddy.
I would prefer the term either buddy or acquaintance. Like, how the fuck is that offensive?
Yeah, it just really it's ridiculous. I mean, the only person who had a problem with it was like one of the employees who came up to me. I said, "Hey, comrade." He's like, "You know that I don't know why that word bothers me so much." I was like, "Oh, did you complain to the managers about this?" And he's like, "No, I don't know. It doesn't suit me. I guess it's kind of weird to me." I was like, "All right, I'll say it less around you," because he went out of his way to tell me this. And when you go out of your way to tell me this in person, respectfully, then I'll say, "Okay, I will limit this as much as possible around you," because, God, you know me, guys. Comrade is a part of my fucking vocabulary. I just say this on a daily basis. It's like cursing, because cursing, it's not because we want to be offensive. It's just kind of like a fill-in-the-blank kind of word.
If I want to be offensive, you'll hear me have no cursing whatsoever, and then
very articulate.
Yeah.
And then you'll realize that I'm not only insulting you on a physical and emotional level, but also at an intellectual level.
Just proving how...
And then after all that sinks in, 5 to 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, half an hour later, it's going to hit you like a bomb. And you're going to realize, I can't do this anymore.
That hurts,
and then, man.
It really hurts.
Yeah, but like... Oh, I forgot. He has a phone there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But,
what the fuck?
John?
Oh, God.
Anywho, I do understand what your point is. I am very grateful to that guy for saying that he doesn't approve of it or he doesn't enjoy it within a very straightforward manner, very polite, very like soft type of manner. I mean, let's say I call people sluts and hoes, and they call me a man whore, or they call me like a stripper, and they give me money like, here, fucking hourly shit, and like I've done that before, and this is an incident back in high school where one of my friends, I called one of my friends, not gonna name who, a slut. She called me a man whore. I called myself a escort. But
I have standards. Here's me, here's man whores.
Yeah.
Just like, here's my life, and here's your life, Jacob.
here's man whores, here's skinks, here's sluts. I am a high escort. Alright.
At least
I get paid hourly. I have the best healthcare. Anyway, like
STDs, non-existent.
Oh god.
More like success points, but
Success.
anywho.
No. Oh no! Oh no!
Anywho.
Do you have like a card that keeps stacking it all?
Oh, you gave me another one. Alright, I'm gonna just plug that hole
I got
in.
one.
Give me 2 more, and you get a cupcake. Anywho, we're getting on topic.
Yeah, like you have like a.
So I have a little clipper. Anywho, so basically, I called her a slut. She called me a whore. We just went back and forth, all like stupid and willy nilly. One of her other friends, who I won't mention, got super offended by that point, and was like, "Oh, you can't call her a whore." I'm like, she's calling me a slut and a whore and other various things. I'm surprised that came out of her mouth because of the vocabulary it's articulate. But like, it's just like the shit that offends people nowadays. If they take a step back and wait and actually fucking read the situation, it can be completely different. Like it could be reasonable.
Yeah.
Like let's say I called my friend a slut and she started crying and left our room, and he stood up for her. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, that's
But
where you have to be like,
let's
okay,
say
I
I call him a slut, or I call him a whore,
Or a cum dumpster.
or any type of vulgar, demeaning word, and he's laughing his ass off,
and then calling you something in turn.
and then calling me something in turn, and then me laughing at it. Then obviously, if you read the situation, it's not a bad thing. I mean, I called, not gonna name names. One of my friends since I've known since kindergarten, a slut, like openly, like across the distance, across the yonder fence. I'm just like, hey, slut, and she just like, you bitch, and I'm just like, fuck did you say, whore?
Like, you
I
gotta
told you to go to that corner and that corner alone. I see you going to Betsy's corner, and that's not cool. You don't deserve that privilege yet. You haven't gotten to the body count yet.
You better take that back, or else I'm gonna slap the bitch out of you.
Oh,
And then we just go back and forth, and it's completely fine. I'm just like, oh yeah, like you see that girl? She's a whore, and she looks at me and she's like, the fuck you say, slut?
Yeah.
And then
Like, people just don't get that
It just goes
anymore.
back and
Yeah,
forth.
no.
Yeah, they
It's
people are
the
just like,
fact that
very sensitive now.
it's the fact that if people read the situation, not even for like give it like a second, 2 seconds tops. If you just listen to the tone, body language, and you read the situation around you, a lot of shit can be cleared up. Rather than asking like, hey, bro, back off, and then like you turn like a happy traditional mother into like, all right,
oh shit,
you ate
And
ate a fucking box of crazies today, and I don't want to fucking deal with that shit.
I did heard of a statistics in intro and psychology, yeah, and they basically said that
Psychology's fun.
yeah, it is though.
Yeah, that's what fucks with people.
Okay, yeah. Well, I do a point though. But like basically, I learned that 70% of social conflicts are caused by miscommunications though too, and just being total.
Yeah, it shows how really disconnected we are. It's like I remember, I think in the 90s, and here's the thing: racism, prejudice, these problems.
Yeah.
they're never going away.
No,
people will try to. It's like trying to get rid of bullying or war or just like any kind of problem.
It's just like a natural thing.
This is just a natural.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
No, fuck you too.
Like it's just a natural part of humanity.
Needs something else besides fuse. He needs some Coca-Cola.
What? No, mine. No, but like as
this shit's mine too. I'm sorry, we're getting off topic. Continue.
But as I was saying, it's like these problems are a part of our fucking natural society. It's part of our environment. It's part of our system. It's part of our fucking genetics. Stop doing that.
Tastes like brisk.
Trying to get rid of something like that, it's impossible. I mean, it really is impossible. Okay, that's it.
Right, what the fuck?
It's not gonna go away because it's like, again, with the whole vegan stuff where it's like trying to make predators genetically engineered to not eat animals. Yeah. That is such a violation of God's law, you could call it, or the natural order of things, that it's like, it's not even horrible. It's such an insult to everything we know and believe in. It's all this shit coming together, and people don't realize that none of this is going away. What we can do is, like I've always said, you cannot change who you are. You can't change what society is. What you could do is beat back the flaws as much as you can and focus on really bringing up the positives. The flaws are never going to go away. They are here to stay because that is where we get our conflict. That is where we could better ourselves with those flaws. Because if you don't get rid of, if you get rid of the flaws, you're going to get rid of you're getting a system full of lies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
You're not gonna build a proper structure in yourself if you're like if a child is not going to experience these kinds of things
to get their morality and ethics. My dad comes from a society, the USSR, that's very repressive, that's very racist, very evil. It's because it comes from my father, from a first-person point of view. And he's taught me a lot that this country is actually a great country, but the problem is with the society, the people themselves. It's like this problems with people and government. All these problems are all happening at once, and nobody's doing anything about it. The government doesn't want anything to be done about it, and the people don't want to do anything about it. That's a horrible thing.
Yeah.
The thing is that the government knows what it can do. The government can do it, but think about all the money.
You don't need money for that. You just
think about all the money that it generates, all the propaganda, all the type of movies, all the type of things that people will buy to use within their cause.
Yeah, it's fucking
all the money.
Yeah,
it's a corporate scheme.
No, I don't believe in that shit half the time because my dad, he's a small businessman. My dad's a small businessman. We understand business. We understand the corporate bullshit when we see it. And some of this, and here's the thing. You don't need fucking corporations to put out your opinions online, on the phone, on the internet. You don't need to spend money on that. You just put it out there. You make up anything you want. If you make an art, you don't need money or the government or any propaganda. You just put it out there. You don't need any of that shit, dude. The online, the internet, this right here allows us. This here right here allows us to do whatever the fuck we want to do. And get away with it if we know how to do it.
Yeah. Like, if I tweeted to Applebee's right now, fuck you, TGI Fridays is better, and then I tweeted to TGI Fridays, hey baby, what you doing tonight? Like, she's gonna
hey, I know where that's from.
like shit's gonna go down, and like, it's just automatically getting calls a war.
Yeah. It shows how
breadsticks and Fridays.
It shows how fragile things are.
Is that like a ringtone?
Yeah.
God, send that to me later.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching another episode of Small Talk. This is my proudest moment. This is one of my favorite episodes we've done. I really hope you like it, and if you have any problems with it, any qualms with it, please talk about it in a civilized manner. Don't be a troll. Don't be a fucking asshole. This is where we talk civilized. We talk in a very articulate manner. We do not want any bullshit. This is just us stating our opinions and what we've seen as fact in our personal point of view. If you have a problem with that, please do not hesitate to voice it or tell us in the comments below, but do not say it in an offensive or angry manner, because come on, like there's one thing about saying like I don't agree with you. There's another thing about saying you're a fucking moron, because I will not hesitate to reply and saying that you are just an just an ignorant jackass who doesn't know jack shit. So, Seth MacFarlane, don't sue us for using Peter Griffin's. Yeah. But anyways, guys,
was a random thing.
Yeah.
We just decided to
end it there.
Close it on that, because it was just.
It makes sense to end it there.
It was the most awkward thing. I couldn't have any other way to end it besides saying right after that, "Don't do this." So yeah.
Well, all right, guys. So I really hope you enjoyed this again. Like in the comments below, or like send it to us at Psychoculture on Twitter. What would you like us to talk about next? Because this is a small talk. This is about anything and everything. We'll talk about anything and everything. And please, nothing disgust. Well, actually, we might be tempted to talk about it. Yeah, debate. It depends on the context. So, guys, I hope you have
we can actually debate if it's a discussing topic or not.
Fuck yeah, that's actually
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So put it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday. Good night, America. Fuck! Yeah, and like, as I always say, endure the pain, my friends.